Welcome to Out of the Box podcast. I am your regular host, Gabriel Ishmael Jalo. You know, when we started Out of the Box podcast a few months ago, we were very, very conscious of a multifaceted program. And we have been doing justice to that, our ambition. Today, I'll be hosting a young man. I think it was a philosopher that once said, age is just a number. Maybe today after this interview, you will understand what we mean by age is just a number. And again, the first time since we established Out of the Box podcast, we'll be hosting somebody from a different faith, somebody from different ideology, how he sees things, and friends, well-wishers, viewers. Before introducing my guest, I will sing a song that we used to sing when we were in school, because this discussion actually is about to open your eyes about the importance of knowledge. You know, the new generation, the Gen Z world, is saying that money is the most important commodity, properties is the most important commodity. There is no more clamoring for education. But before introducing my guest, let me sing this song for you. We are all going to our classes with clean hands and faces to pay great attention to what we are told, or else we shall never be happy and clever, for learning is better than silver and gold. Now, brothers, friends, viewers, well-wishers, I have told you over the year that the best person that will introduce you to himself is the person himself. Without wasting no other time, let me ask my brother, my friend, to introduce himself to you. Welcome to this wonderful podcast.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's nice being here.
Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity of being on Out of the Box podcast. My name is Mohammed Masekwe, commonly known as MrRemedy KingMoham, the CEO and founder of the Q Virtual Studio. And I'm a student at Islamic University of Medina, currently living in Saudi Arabia. And I'm in Ghana. I traveled all the way here to come and do this podcast, to create awareness about education, to enlighten the minds of the young people in our countries, particularly the youths, and that of, adults as well.
Okay.
So basically that's...
You see, you have heard from him, but let's start some few basics. As you had let me just tell you, maybe he forgot to tell you that he has widely traveled. I met him in Liberia. He hosted me. What a wonderful program. He just traveled again from Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, and he has just returned from the Republic of Tinubu, Nigeria. Then he is planning now to go back to Saudi Arabia, where he is studying. Please, before we start this interview proper, can you tell us how? Because normally the world has a very weird perception about Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And you are an African student. How do you cope with the system in Saudi?
When it comes to, let me start with hospitality.
Okay.
Since I've started traveling, although I've not traveled the world yet.
Okay.
But based on all the countries I've traveled to so far, I think Saudi is one of the places where they are very generous when it comes to hosting strangers.
Okay.
It's a very peaceful country. It's not a country, it's a religious-based country where all of the principles and the living standard there is based on Islamic principles, the actual teachings of the Quran and of the Hadith.
Okay.
So we live in Saudi Arabia, like you enjoy the hospitality of the people, You enjoy the calmness of the environment, specifically Medina. I've been to Medina, I've been to Mecca.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's actually a nice place.
Oh, wow. Medina.
An accommodative place for all humans. Like, you don't discriminate.
Okay.
Irrespective of where you come from, everybody's well respected in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. But Medina is the city of the prophets. And Mecca is where you have the Kaaba, right?
Yeah.
But people normally say the only people that finds it easy in Saudi Arabia are Muslims. Can a non-Muslim survive and live all this platitude, all these laurels that you have given to Saudi? Do you think a non-Muslim can live in Saudi and enjoy all this hospitality?
Yeah, we have Cristiano Ronaldo is in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
We have other European players who are living in Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
they are
yeah.
being well paid. They are not Muslims.
Okay.
They are given the freedom to do whatever they want.
Oh, wow.
But Saudi Arabia has a very strong law when it comes to Mecca and Medina.
Okay.
So these two places are religious-based areas, specifically for worship. So they don't allow certain kind, like for instance, let's say a woman being half naked. It's not allowed.
Oh, the dress code are strictly Islamic. Oh,
and
okay.
the lifestyle.
Oh, okay.
And strictly Islamic.
Okay.
But if you are not Muslim, you can go to Saudi Arabia. They have people living in Jeddah, in Riyadh, they chill.
Yeah.
They do normal stuff like
Wow. Yeah, I learned that they are now even building they are now about to overthrow Dubai, building the longest building, the Jeddah Tower.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Yes.
But when people are saying that Saudi is a closed culture, how will the Jeddah Tower, when people want to go for, do they open the floor? They open the floodgates for tourism? Does Saudi have an avenue for tourism for you to see the historic sites of all these Islamic monuments without you going for Hajj?
Yes, they have a bus that actually take you on sightseeing in Medina.
Wow.
So you pay like, I think, if my memory can set me right, I stand to be corrected.
Okay.
Between the amount of 40 to 50 Saudi riyals.
Okay.
Where you sit in the bus the whole day and then it takes you around Medina to historical places. Some of where they have some of these things that were mentioned in the Quran or in Hadith. You get to see them by yourself. And you find the same buses in Riyadh and that of Jeddah and also Mecca. So Saudi encourage tourism.
Okay.
It's one of the most visited country on the planet. You can check.
Wow.
You can Google and check.
Okay.
Saudi is one of the most visited. Like every day, people are going, coming. So people.
So viewers, you are watching now the story that you are hearing from the Western media that Saudi is a place that is clogged with human rights violation, no freedom. The man is saying that you should Google and find out that Saudi is one of the most visited or visit country in the world when you come for tourism.
Yeah.
Fine. Then how the Islamic University there, and I sense that you just told our viewers that you study information technology there.
Yeah.
We were thinking that when they say Saudi, you go to university, just Islam, Quran, Hadith. I never knew. Please tell us about your experience and your learning experiences there.
Before I go there, let me drop this one into. Okay. So me personally, before I was encouraged, because I have a cousin who was studying there, and then he told me about coming to Saudi when I was in Ghana.
Okay.
So basically, I was not interested because I feel like it was a desert place where people, are being like hardcore religious people, high level of restriction and all that. But I tell you for free, Saudi Arabia, when I got to Jeddah at the airport, that was when I realized, this is not what actually I've been thinking.
Okay.
They have people from American students. They also apply to
American students?
They have American students there.
You have colleagues there where Americans, Europeans.
I sit in class with those students from America, from UK, from all.
Wow.
The Islamic University have people from all over the world. That's why it's called the Islamic University. It's basically Saudi gift to the world.
To the world, okay.
Yeah, so they offer free education, free accommodation. Everything is just literally free. All you need to do is to study.
Oh, that means the student there, they don't pay fees.
They don't pay fees.
All you need to do is read, eat, and study.
Read, eat, pray, study. That one, even the prayer, if you want to, is up to you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And they are even saying that their currency, the dirham, It's very, very
Riyadh.
okay.
Saudi Riyadh.
Saudi Riyadh is very, very. What about the food? Do you, when you go to Saudi, you come from Liberia, from West Africa, how do you cope with the food system in Saudi?
Me being from Africa, you don't normally, you can travel out of Africa, but you cannot take the Africa in an African man.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? So yeah, so obviously, you know, it's always an African food over any other food.
Sure, sure.
But that doesn't mean that the food they have there is not good, you know? It's good, like it tastes really well.
Okay.
But I will always prefer my African dishes.
And when Liberia man is talking about African dishes, the first thing is rice.
Right. So usually what we do always we usually just take some little African like pepper, all those
spices when you are going.
back.
Okay.
So you can be able to cook.
I think few years enough of Saudi, we are now coming straight for Liberia. And this you are the founder and CEO of Cure Visual Studio, a multimedia agency. Tell me more about it.
Cure Visual Studio. Yeah. First of all, let me give a big shout out to Kennedy. A big brother from More Plus Multimedia.
That's a big.
I always like to give Kennedy a big shout out, even if I'm fortunate to go any TV station or wherever.
Yeah.
Because I never saw all of this coming, to be honest. All of this I was just doing it because sometimes when I'm bored, just get my laptop and I'm having fun.
Okay.
But Kennedy is someone like a talent developer.
Yeah.
You know, so he's able to see like this person is having this gift and be able to show you how to utilize the gift, you know. So he came through and he was like, yeah, you are in Ghana. You know, they have a lot of skills you can learn online on YouTube. And trust me, by the time you learn them, you'll be able to monetize it and then you can also give back. You know, some of them he taught me how to do it and then show me the way about, you know. So after learning all of those skills, I actually wise to phone and proud. So like literally they call me MrRemedy because I like to ease the burden of people, like literally kill struggles or difficulties or suffering that other people are going through. So that was how the name MrRemedy came about.
Okay.
So I tried to link the name I'm having along with my brand so they can correlate.
Okay.
So that was how I found it. The remedy actually means the cure.
Yeah, I know.
So that was how I founded the Cure Virtual Studio, where we can offer multimedia services, not just to Liberia but the world. So normally we have people reaching out, sometimes they book services like for a website, for video, for article writing, and when they also want to have their informations online on Wikipedia and all of that. So I learned all of that from him, and then that was how I decided to form my own brand. And today it's a multimedia platform or a company where we offer services and then we train people as well.
Okay. Now I'm curious because the time you spent in Ghana and you went to Nigeria and you have access with big brain like Kennedy, is it that you are constructively jealous that you have to take this to Liberia? Because you have that passion with this your small age. What's the motivation? What's the motivation?
Actually, Kenny inspired me a lot. This is something I've not really said anywhere before. Because there was a time where we actually planned on taking a training to Liberia, which would teach people how to make ice cream, insecticide spray, perfumes, etc.
From Kennedy?
From Kennedy.
Not movie, but ice cream and
all of that.
So that is how far he's creative. Because for me, he just taught me how to.
Bro, Kenny is multi-talented.
Action.
That's what you probably know about him. He's multi-talented.
Okay.
It's like he knows how to do many things.
Okay.
And he's someone who's ready to give back. He doesn't care about this person getting this skill or getting this knowledge and become even more than me.
I was thinking that Kenny was just doing action. I never knew you do ice cream and all those things.
Oh, no. He's multi-talented. So when I saw him doing all of that, I actually felt inspired because he's a young person too. So I felt inspired, and looking at where I'm coming from, the war actually created a setback for us, for a lot of people. Not just damage to the country, but even the minds of the youth.
Not just the infrastructure.
The minds of the youth. So I thought it wise to go back, and then with all of the skills I've gather to be able to give back to them, to train them in ways that they can learn these things and be able to monetize it as well. But that was something I also got.
Yeah, but there's something I saw in Morovia that touched me about you. How did you identify those guys that you become co-workers and establish a team? And I saw all of you guys passionate. How do you guys meet? So youth in Africa today is about super bets, about chasing women, about doing yahoo. Yeah. For me to meet young men in Liberia, we are paying their own money together, put chairs, buy pure water. Tell me, how do you meet them? And give me a rundown, a synopsis of this your success story with those guys.
Okay, so let's start with Iman.
Okay.
Shout out to Emmanuel Ponjo. So I met Iman in Ghana when we started schooling at AIT.
Oh, okay.
So we both used to learn online, gather our skills, and we both had the vision of one day going back to Liberia to give back to the youth. So when I left from Ghana and then he was still here, we used to talk online. So I told him the first time we actually held a training, the video is on YouTube, guys. You can check out the video on my YouTube channel. So we had a successful online training where we were able to train some people with the same set of skills, and it was successful. So I told him this time around, let's give it a shot, in person for the first time, take it to Liberia, and then everything just clicked. So we did the planning, and then CD is my cousin, and I identified who is really good when it comes to graphics. So I incorporated him, like, okay, since I do the video, Iman does a little bit of AI content and out there graphics. Cities also, so let me just bring them together so we collaborate as a team. Because I feel like I believe in teamwork.
Yeah.
Teamwork helps you to accomplish something that you might even take, something you are supposed to take maybe 5 or 10 years to accomplish. You can do it maybe in the space of a month or a year.
Okay.
Max period, a year. So that was how I got City. Sami actually is my guy. We all school in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
So he's also passionate about education. He was once a classroom teacher.
Okay.
So that was how I brought him on board for us to, work together. I explained the vision and they were all interested.
Okay.
And everything just clicked. So we had our meeting and then I told them we have to put our own personal interests aside and then focus on how we can give back to our country.
Oh, okay. So that means after you guys crafted that team and you harbored the ambition, then how did you start recruiting all those youths that started coming? So they were just coming that day. How did you recruit those people?
So we use a strategy. We use a marketing strategy.
Okay.
So we know normally when we talk about coming to learn about this thing, people are not really, that interested. Everybody just want to party and do all that stuff. So the strategy we use is, I told my guys, okay, let's open this thing free, encourage them, have a flyer where we can put them, because in Liberia it's a trend, to have people on those flyers, and then once one person is already on that flyer and they have posted it, it also calls another person to come. So that was how when we did the strategy, we did videos. We have been pushing the WhatsApp links, sharing it in groups. People were impressed.
Okay.
For the first time, they saw a group of young guys coming together for a set of skills. Those skills they cost a lot. If you check the price, from Ghana here where we pay, the amounts we pay to learn even one of those skills was real good money. But they saw that we were doing it for free and saw that they will benefit a lot.
Yeah.
So that was how they decided to come on board. So we use social media as one of the powerful tools to be able to push the agenda, and we fortunately for us, we have people who are joining the WhatsApp groups, and that was how everything just worked out for us.
Yes, and there was something that you guys were hammering, even when you invited me to speak. It was like, you need to learn something. You don't need to confine yourself you at the back seat because you don't have a degree. That's like Liberia and this white collar job. How were you accommodated in that vision, knowing that your society subscribed too much to this white collar job?
So me, I like to come different.
Okay.
In everything that I do. So I don't like trend. Normally, if something is trending too much, I start to lose interest.
Yeah.
So when I go anywhere, first I try to observe. Since I was a kid, well, I said when I was going to school around 2005.
Okay.
I always wanted to be different. I always wanted to do things differently.
Yeah.
But when you look at our society as Liberians, everybody's just running to public administration, accounting, all those
banking,
all these courses. They are not really looking to the digital space. And this is where people are actually cashing out from a lot. You don't even need a degree. Let's take a look at Pella. Pella, for example, from Nigeria. Jarvis. These are kids from Nigeria that Jarvis, I think she has a degree, but Pella does not have, up to that education. You understand? So these are people that are cashing out big from digital space, like based on skills, based on talent they have, based on critical thinking, like anything you can create with your own hand that that as a creative person you can use this to push on the internet, you'll be able to generate income for it. So I asked myself, well, why are Liberians not looking in this direction? But I don't blame them entirely because the environment itself is not helping. So I try to be the change. I try, if there's 1 million people or out of this approximately 6 million people from Liberia, like if all of them would not want to look in that direction, I try to be that one person who tried to, change the narratives.
Okay.
If all of us are going this road, why can't we just try the left side?
Yeah, sure.
Let's try another direction. Let's try digital marketing. Let's try graphic design. Let's try video editing. And before, I'll tell you for free. Sometimes I just sit in my room. I don't even need to sweat. Sometimes I make like $300-400 on some of these skills.
Wow.
That's just
behind your computer.
Behind my computer. So I try to change the perspective, like the mentality, the mindset of the youth. Because everybody is just crafted with that,
that old traditional way of doing things.
You need to go to school,
sure.
get a degree, wear a certain clothes, go and sit in the office, and then before you can be seen as a successful person in society. So it is that narratives that I wanted to change.
Okay.
So that's how I decided to come up with something different along with my colleagues. So that was how we introduced Next Gen.
Wow.
Basically for the Gen Z generation.
That's why I've been having Kennedy Day for the next months. I think all my schedule are now winding down. I want to time myself so that I won't have access to somebody like Kennedy that I don't even know what to do with social media, how to do some very, very menial things. So when you started this your vision and look at the Liberian political climate and relative to how the elderly people think, were they accommodating? Were you able to go through the political system, the educational system? Have you tried? Because you told me that once you started, you want it to attract all the counties in Liberia. So what strategy are you employing to attract diverse people in Liberia, not just Montserrat or Bolivia?
Speaking of if I've tried to reach out to people, yes. But to be honest, it's been really tough,
very tough,
frustrating. Sometimes I feel like this I should just quit. At some point, I feel like it's a very huge tax I'm carrying on my shoulder. So when I quit, it's going to affect a lot of people. So I keep going. But to be honest, I've reached out to a lot of people, but really has not been taken from me. But however, we keep going and I'll keep trying. And then when it comes to strategy that I'm using, I actually believe in doing the job because a lot of people are frustrated when it comes to helping. Because sometimes people bring out a lot of good ideas and then just to generate income, and once they make the money, they disappear. So trust is one of the issues. So I try to use what I'm doing, for people to be able to see it, the continuity of what I'm doing, and then it's going to attract them to invest. That will be based on the sacrifices that me myself can make. How far can I push that thing all by myself? So based on that, they'll be able to now come in and be able to invest. But as for now, I'm a one-man like one person who's just doing everything, literally.
Wow, wow. You see now, as you are rounding up, you just imagine after you invited me, I have to board a taxi to come to the venue from Alalagun Hotel. I discovered that you guys were trying to get some money from me. I said, no, you guys, you are just managing. So how do you handle the funding? Do you receive funds from abroad? Do you have some NGO that support you? Do you have support from government funding, or for now it's just self-sacrificing? You're only doing it by yourself. How do you? Because it's very, very tedious getting those mic, the speakers, pure water for those. It's a very tedious stuff. So how do you manage it?
For now, we are self-sponsored.
Wow.
We don't have anybody helping. So sometimes.
So viewers, we are advertising this young man. If I can put my neck, that they are legit. So when this video trends, please support them.
Yeah, so we actually first thing my guys and I, we decided that we want to register Next Gen.
Okay.
As a recognized NGO,
wow.
The government of Liberia. That's something I'm planning to do when I get to Liberia.
Okay.
Along with my colleagues.
Okay.
And for now, we are self-sponsored. We don't have any other person helping. So sometimes a little money, when we want to host a training, we just sometimes tax the participant. That same money they are given, we just use it to buy snacks and water and give back to them.
Yes, I'm
so now we are self-sponsored. We don't have anybody helping, and sometimes we ourselves, little money or little cash we're able to get, we invest it into Next Gen for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we'll be wrapping up, and viewers, you have to the few minutes that I have engaged this young man, you see, he's just pouring out on the advantage of learning. This young man this young guy that is watching this podcast, this video, is very, very young, not an old man like me. He is telling you that just what he has learned, he can make $400. Do you know how much is $400? Just Kenny said, was talking with Kenny, he said, we can even do delivery now, we can do something now, cake can do some delivery.
And that's only even the website.
You see, so please, we want to round up, and I will ask him to give his final word to you. But before he closes, after his final word, I will give you that last song again before we close. Please give my audience your final message.
All right,
why you think youth have to invest in learning, and just give them a final message.
So first start with appreciating you. I've been following your platform online. You're doing extremely well, and you're impacting a lot of people. You might not know, but like indirectly, you're impacting a lot of people. Keep it going.
Okay.
Keep up the good work. And I want to appreciate you for bringing me on Out of the Box podcast. So if you're watching now to YouTube, please and subscribe. Do whatever you can do with that channel to support.
Yeah.
And also, I also have a social media platform, my YouTube channel, AQ Virtual Studio. Kindly subscribe, please. Follow me on Facebook. My Facebook handle is Mohammed S. Massacre. On Instagram, MrRemedy KingMoham. TikTok, MrRemedy KingMoham. So
wow. We are all going to our classes with clean hands and faces to pay great attention to what we are told, or else we shall never be happy and clever, for learning is better than silver and gold. Listen to me and listen well. You that sit down there, you say, Ronaldo, Messi, they make all the money, and you don't need to learn. When Messi fall down in the field, he need a doctor. When Messi has problem with his account, he needs a lawyer. He was having some problem with Ronaldo, even the Brazil coach. Now he has problem. Is the lawyer that is going to stand for him. Let me tell you, when they go play football 90 minutes, we are the one that manage their money. We are not the one that kick the football. They have somebody that manages their websites. They have somebody that manages everything about them. So when you come to education, from womb to tomb, there is nothing that is more valued than education. So let me tell you now, Out of the Box podcast, Gabriel Ishmael, we stand for education, like, comment, but above all, subscribe. We are out of here. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thanks.